Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video, we're going to preview round 23 of the 2025 NRL Fantasy season. So before we get into my team, we'll look more generally at the most popular trade-ins and trade-outs across the league. And so trade-ins, number one is Jaden Campbell, obviously off the back of his 100-point performance with a favourable matchup against South Sydney. I can totally understand people getting on. I'm definitely there with you, so great trade in. Payne Haas at number two. If you don't have him, just get him in. Pretty no-brainer. Bo Fermor at number three. Obviously the favourable matchup, but also the dual position's pretty handy, particularly if you're looking for a Herbie trade. So Bo Fermor, I think, is a great trade-in. Kai Pearce-Paul's been in really good form for NRL Fantasy. So probably one that's gone under my radar, but if you've got the trades, could absolutely bring him in. Jacob Kiraz, obviously unfavourable conditions last weekend, hopefully better this weekend. Not that I've checked the conditions, but yeah, I think he is a keeper option, particularly again as popular centre trade-in option. Yeah, Connor Watson, will do a good job in the middle. Probably plays 80 minutes. Hooker and that lock role. So bring in Connor Watson. Pat Carrigan, I think a few people may be looking to trade Yo or May. I don't think Carrigan's the answer. I mean, if you've already got Haas, well, if you don't have Haas, bring him in. But I think after that, you're looking at more like a Watson or a Clark. Just Carrigan probably doesn't have that big game in him. He does score those solid scores, but we can play for a little bit of upside, I think. Nathan Cleary, yep, bring him in if you haven't got him. Jacob Preston, big fan of, obviously, as a Bulldogs man, so happy for people to bring him in. Isaiah Katoa, pretty much a keeper on the halves, you can bring him in. Kurt Donahue, my man, glad I was an early adopter of the Kurt Donahue pick. I can't talk anyone out of it because he's been so good for my team, so yep, bring him in. Brayley, probably still a bit of value there. If you can keep the running game up, no issues with bringing him in. Aaron Clark, big fan of him, bring him in. And then Tarpany and Hudson Young, both decent fantasy picks. So I think they have a buy still to come, which is the only downside. But I would be very comfortable bringing either of them in. Probably Tarpany over Carrigan, despite the buy. On the trade out list, Herbie Farnworth, I think, is a trade out. Just saw on Supercoach it said round 27 return, but it's not worth holding all that money for 4 weeks just to get 1 week of Herbie. Isaiah Yo, I think, is a hold. I don't know if he's out for that long. Obviously, if you're absolutely strapped for middles with Terrell May also missing, it may be a reluctant trade out, but I would try and hold Yo. I would definitely hold May. He's only out for 1 week with the bye. So, surely you don't have 4 or 5 Tigers players. And even if you did, you'd trade the rest of them before you trade Terrell May. Fiketti, I think, has dropped back to the bench, so he's one we can chop. Fino's done his job for us. He can go. Ruben Garrick is an interesting one. He is playing, but, I mean, he's not, an elite centre. There is better options. So probably one you could cut. Jerome Hughes injured, so he can go. Wilson out injured, so I guess, if you need to move him on, you could. Taylor May, so a few people getting on probably when he was the first couple games scoring well, and now he's reverted to the mean. So, I don't know. Can cut him. You'd probably just stick with it if you picked him. But, again, it's your team, do what you want. Karapani's been dropped, so he can get cut. Wade Egan, thought he was back this week, but not sure. I don't have a strong opinion on Egan, do what you want. Iongi's still out injured, so he can go. Stafford Toa, is he injured? Not sure. Probably should have looked at some of these. Tanner Boyd, yeah, probably done what he was going to do anyway, so do what you want. Ben Travojevic, again, not sure why people even had him to begin with, so yeah, cut him. So yes, with my team, only got one trade left, and we're using it as per the round review video on Monday. Herbie, a reluctant trade, but we're just going to bring in Nafahu White just to shore up our middle and edge cover. Particularly this week with Terrell May and Isaiah Yeo out, we did really need a middle there. So I guess we did have Aaron Clark, Josh Curran, but um, yeah, Nafahu White's a solid scorer. Decent minutes, all the things we want. So no stress in bringing him in this week. So then the team, as you could see, so I guess Tommy Trbojevic getting a run at fullback is pretty nice for our team as well. Um, I guess the one sort of disappointment with this trade and then the Fahu White being the last trade is no Isaiah Katoa for our team. But we did sort of go with Hines a few weeks ago, targeting matchup. We have to live with that decision. And so, yeah, so we've got a decent 17. We do have Fletcher Hunt in case of emergency, but, we'll back these guys in, get Dewey and May back in the fold next week. And I think our bench, our buy cover's pretty good for the rest of the year. I think Hudson Young misses one. We don't have any South guys. We don't have any Cowboys. Can't think of the other team now, but I'm pretty sure we don't have any of them. So, all in all, pretty happy with it. But we'll keep this one nice and short and wrap it up there. So as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the NRL Fantasy content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. We're going to have NFL now, thanks to Supercoach NFL. I'll put a link in the description if you want to join in with that. The Discord, if you just want to chat about all things fantasy sports, is available too. But other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.